Hi, my name's George Holiday and I have been travelling around for the last few years in my van, meeting great amazing artists that I've been producing music with on my music studio bus. Yep, you heard me right. So this is what to expect this week. This might be something that nobody cares about. This is one of my songs that's coming out. I do like catching a good career ender on camera. What's that chord you accidentally went to after that? I feel like I'm still there. Pow! My batteries were always going flat and then the roof comes off. I knew it was going to look bad. We were meant to be moving the American school bus and definitely feels like spring is around the corner.
I give you £1 million to blow up your bus. Would you blow up your bus?
Beautiful. Today is a Saturday. And today is a music making day. I'll be honest, every day's pretty much a music day, but today I have somebody actually on the bus today. So, welcome to a new episode. It's fresh in the morning. It feels weird starting a vlog on a Saturday. So Ike arrives in any time. I'm gonna set up the speakers. Today's video, I'm also gonna give you part 2 to the van tour because I've had some questions come in, mainly about power and how that all works. So I figured today, setting up the music, making music, is probably a good time to talk about the power. He's on his way. Also, I think there's a woodpecker somewhere out here. I think it's up there somewhere. Wait for it. Where are you? I never see them. I never see them. We're getting all the wildlife today. Where is it? Did anybody used to watch Woody the Woodpecker as a kid? I loved that. If you are thinking about doing a studio van or a bus, I'd advise to try not to overthink it. When I first got in here, I thought I'd be using the speakers all the time. I thought my keyboard needed to be out all the time. Actually, what I'm doing now is downgrading everything to smaller. I'm going to buy a smaller keyboard. I'm obviously not selling the Nord, but I am going to get a smaller keyboard for my day-to-day because, I mean, unless you literally sit and play piano as a piano every day, I don't personally write like that all the time. Probably 30% of my writing is like that. The rest of the time it's bass lines, or it's synth sounds, or it's pad sounds, or it's adding in percussive element. Like, there's so many different ways to create when you're in a van that I just get more excited by limiting my tools a little bit. I think it forces me to be more creative. So you can go all out in a van and put, you know, like panels everywhere and vocal booths and all this and all that, but I would just recommend rolling with it, seeing what you actually need as you go, and then making it happen. 1, you'll save a load of money. 2, you'll save a load of time. And 3, I don't know what the third one is yet. This might be something that nobody cares about, but I find it quite amusing. I'll just say amusing. It's not amusing. I have 2 cables that go into my speakers, and I always think to myself, oh, how am I going to know which one is left and which one's right, because they run through the wall? Well, my friends, that speaker's further away, so this cable is much shorter than this cable. Let me know in the comments if you did care about that. I found it good. Alright. I love it when the sun shines like this. Favourite thing of van life and house life. Just life. Although not when I have a dirty screen. I'm out of your reach. Opposites attract, but not when you're gone. This is one of my songs that's coming out. Which is always too long. I haven't heard it for a long time. It's coming out later this year. Very excited about it. Ike's here. Hey, buddy.
Robert.
Morning, morning.
Morning. How's it going?
Mate, you look very ready for the day. Your
Yeah.
shoes are the cleanest I've ever seen Doc Martens.
I know, they're quite new actually.
Oh, are they?
I got them like this.
Is this
Got them
the...
a couple of weeks ago, my birthday, so
Are you happy to be on this today?
Yeah, sure. As long as you don't catch me saying anything compromising.
Well, I do like catching a good career ender on camera. It's a good bargaining tool. Would you like a coffee, sir, or have you had one?
Do you know what? I've had one, but I'd love another.
Try this coffee, Big Beats coffee. This is a bit of promo for them, but they do like music-based coffee. So like this one's called Four to the Floor, but they have like with each pack is like a QR code with sample packs, and they're like his goal is to like build a community to try and like connect musicians through coffee, but like make stuff happen. I thought it was just the best idea for a coffee company ever.
It's another cool riff, actually.
No rain, dead summer, all day. I just wanna make you smile.
Something like that.
And there's a long night, no sleep, dead summer, all week. I just wanna make you smile.
What was that chord you accidentally went to after that? Did you put your fingers on the string higher? After the last chord you got to then, you went back to the first chord. Yeah, that's a nice chord. That might be nice to do this as the first chord the second time round. Right.
Oh yeah, so you're like...
Long night, no sleep, dead summer, all week. I just wanna make you smile.
Then here.
Yeah.
And there's a long night, no sleep,
And then back there.
And then back there,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a hard change.
long night.
Getting like a good guitar take of that is going to be key. Can you see it on the end of that one?
Oh,
Can you see that?
yeah.
Like right on the end.
Right on the end. It looks
That's
going to be ready to burst tomorrow. We've got 3 songs planned today, and a 4th unexpectedly written. Ike, what are you saying about bus life? Have I converted you yet?
It's good, yeah. Can't complain.
You did say though you wouldn't sit behind the wheel and do it yourself. You like a London flat. I'm going to convert him before the next time you see him, guys. 10 out of 10 for work today. Welcome to vlog life, van life, mate. It's different to London life. Ike lives in London, so this is very different out in the countryside. But he's in now. He's locked in. Good morning, gang. Looks like it's going to be a nice day today. You want to see what I'm seeing? Okay, that doesn't look very blue. It's definitely more blue than the camera. These guys have an amazing castle. Check this out. I've been lucky enough to go in this bus like 5 times, 4 times, 5 times. I feel like it's 5 times. And I love catching up on their videos. I haven't seen them for 2 years now, but I feel like I'm still there. This time of year I try not to watch too much TV, normally because the weather's so bad, but because we're getting so much sunshine again at the moment, I'm treating myself to TV in the morning and the evening. In fact, rarely in the morning. And on that note, with the weather being better and solar doing more, I figured it was probably... that's not the music I wanted for this scene. I figured it would be really good to show you guys the battery setup and the electrics and how I run the studio, because that is a question I get a lot. I like the answer, trying to save the planet a bit more, and it makes this bus a little more green. I'm always trying to offset when we travel, we're obviously using fuel, trying to offset that as much as possible, and I think I've got a pretty good footprint in this world. I forgot to say very quickly, you can stay in the castle. It's an Airbnb and it's stunning. How often can you stay in an Airbnb in a castle in Bruges? I'm sold every time.
Take a real close look now.
want a photo of the last time I was at the castle. There I am. There's the gang. This is why I want to be putting this stuff away and not having it out quite as much. As you've just seen. Oh! I had Ike here yesterday, so everything's still out. Look how much more space I get for yoga when this is all away. Pow! Loads more space. You could literally, if I had a cat, I'd swing it. Also, whilst I remember, I have a load of these. They're all size small. They're the ones that didn't sell from the tour. I'm gonna try and find a way to do a 50% off on the website because I think I've got like 6 of these left. We sold out of everything else, taking up space on the bus, and we all know how precious space is in a van. I generally do yoga with Adrian videos. And she always reminds me of, I watch this YouTube channel called Eamon and Beck. Adrian looks exactly like Beck.
You don't know what's coming down. I got you hypnotized. Take a real close look now.
Okay, so I've got as long as that coffee takes, well, as long as the kettle takes, to tell you about my power. My setup on here involves a lot of batteries. I was toing and froing between a lot of solar, which most people do, and good batteries, but less of them, but more solar. So more sun charges batteries, batteries stay charged longer. That was my initial plan because that's what everyone was doing, but I actually went for completely the opposite because my batteries were always going flat. Even though I had 2 decent solar panels, I wasn't thinking doubling my solar would fix my problem. Have a few days of like barely any sun or a rainy day in particular when the solar panels are covered in water and they're like super not efficient. I figured more batteries was going to be the solution. And also the benefit of the batteries is running the studio was going to mean drawing quite a lot of power potentially. My microphone, for example, is 48 volts. So if you think about a 24 volt system being draining, when I'm switching that microphone up to 48 volts, in theory there's a lot of electric happening in a short space of time. So I wanted my batteries to not be drained down and charged up and drained down, which would long term be really bad for the batteries. So I found this company, Photonic Universe, who had already provided me with solar panels, and they'd been amazing, they'd been really nice and super helpful. And on their website, they had a battery bank that was for a solar farm. Now, a farm makes it sound massive, but if you think on a house, have a few solar panels, you want something as a bit of a backup if the power was to trip. That's kind of what these batteries are. And I couldn't believe the price for how much power. Let me check that kettle. Another minute. So, the batteries I have are 300 amp hours each, which is nearly triple what a normal leisure battery would be. Now, a normal leisure battery would be £400 maybe for a good one, and that would probably be 130 amp hours. Normally a caravan would have 2 of these, and most people would be having to charge them twice a week maybe, if you were in winter not getting any solar. One of my cells is 300 amp hours, but it's only 2 volts. I want it to be 24 volts in here, so I needed 12 of them to make 24 volts. Now how this works is that you have one battery connected to another battery, connected to another battery, connected to another battery, and so on. So all 12 are connected in what I believe is series, and then the last battery and the first battery is what you connect to your bus, essentially. That's where you take your power supply, and that's where you charge them from. So it charges all of them at once. Now that system allows me 24 volts, but then think I've got 12 lots of 300 amp hour batteries, which gives me 7.2 kilowatt hours of power. Now that, I appreciate, will mean nothing to a lot of people, but that's a hell of a lot of power. In fact, everybody I've spoken to, not one person has said they've ever seen as much power installed onto a bus. Ever. Now the beauty of that is, the last video you guys will have seen, I came back on Wednesday to collect the Sprinter van. Since then, and it's now Tuesday, so nearly a whole week later, my batteries are still running at just under half capacity. So nearly a week. Now generally I would say that I can get 2 weeks out of my batteries. If you're considering whether or not to do batteries or solar, I would say invest more in batteries because you can go and charge somewhere and only have to charge once a week and get all that power without any solar. But then if you add solar, you're kind of like doubling your time as well. So that's my power setup. One thing I must add as well is that the charging point for this would have taken like 2 days to charge the whole thing. So I switched my power to 2 lots of Victron energy chargers. Now Victron is just a really good company, they're like top of the game. So as I was looking for chargers, I found one that would have been big enough, but it was so expensive. We're talking like £2,000. And then the electrical guy that I was with said, why don't you install 2 small chargers, so 2 30 amp hours, which gives you 60 hours of charging power, 60 amps, sorry, of charging power. So what we've done is split the 12 batteries into 2 lots of 6. So each charger is only charging 6 batteries. It means that the batteries can charge twice as quick. And these little chargers were dirt cheap. Bang. I can charge my whole system in about 18 hours. If I arrive somewhere, I plug in at 10 AM, do a full day. By the time I want to leave next day at 10 AM, I've got a full charge and I'm going for another 2 weeks. These are the 2 chargers. Blue Smart Charge, 1, 2. Not only that, I'm sorry, this is the final bit, this is nowhere near a kettle, is it? In fact, I think the kettle's cold now. When I drive, the engine also charges the batteries, so that's an alternator. So you want a good, decent split charge alternator. And solar. Last year, I unplugged, I believe in end of February, March, so not far off of where we're at now. And I didn't plug in again, I think it was late September, early October. So the whole of that time was free power. We were making music off the power of the sun. That, my friends, blows my mind. I can hear that woodpecker again. He's not coming out to play now, I've got the camera out, hey? I would show you on the roof as well, show you the solar, but I don't have a drone or a ladder. And the way I wash my panels is I literally take one of these windows out, you just remove these, 4 of them, and then the roof comes off. I'm gonna make some music. I've got a song to make for myself. I've got 2 to make. And then some very exciting news to come to you. But I've got 2 more songs to do, so I'm gonna use this song. That's something I wrote a while ago, just as like an idea. And I now need to turn it into a structure, write lyrics, come up with some melodies, and actually turn it into a song. So that's going to be my morning, and then we're off to go play squash for an hour, get some exercise in at 1 PM. Gang, hope you're well, hope you're feeling good. I've just come out to enjoy this absolutely amazing weather. It's almost warm outside. Yesterday I genuinely went out without a coat. Felt risky, but it felt good. I want to show you, I knew it was going to look bad. This here, this little ridge is the South Downs, and it is such a beautiful part of the UK. So I figured, let's go for another admin walk session. You guys know I love these at the moment. So I'll admit, I did have a very different end to this vlog. We were meant to be moving the American school bus, and I was hoping to introduce you to the school bus, but that's going to have to wait, unfortunately. The problem with a massive American school bus, the way we've built it, is that it needs electric. We need to plug it into somewhere. We found a few different ways to make it green, like an energy company offered us a year's supply of green energy in exchange for some social media. Various other different options, but the biggest problem we had, more than anything, is just finding someone that's willing to give us a plug. So it may still happen, it may not. But I can't wait to show you the American school bus soon. Here's a quick little snippet of the outside. Yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about it, can't lie. Somebody's sorted me out with a lovely path here. Look at these clean lines. Very nicely done, whoever spent time doing that. It definitely feels like spring is around the corner. I mean, look. Snowdrops are coming out. Oh, it's feeling nice. I've been ready for this. I think we all have, right? That shot right there could not have been more amusing to me. I was trying to film the horsey and they just started walking around in a line. I need to share with you how that song got on yesterday, because unfortunately the American school bus scenario kind of took over, and it was just, I think that's why I felt so frustrated, because I was trying to be creative, and normally that's something I find really easy. And then this just took over my mind, which it hasn't actually for the last year. I've been able to compartmentalise it, is that the word? Quite well. But now, I think because we're at the final straight and I just want it to be there, I just want you guys to come and stay in it, and I want to be able to have it there for bookings, and there's been so many complications that I'm right at the end of my mental exhaustion with the project, and just want to get to that next stage so badly. And I think there's just a lot of responsibility that comes with having a team, because I part own it. I don't purely own this by myself, this bus, and there's a lot of responsibilities, I guess. I've kind of been chief designer, so to speak, and project managing the build, so to not be able to get it somewhere because of decisions that we've made together, but I've implemented, I guess, is just sometimes a little bit difficult. And I love project management just as much as these guys. Are they coming into land? That was our friends. I always think of that theme tune from Aristocats. Ding 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 ding. This is risky in white trousers, but I'm willing to take the risk. Oh, this isn't good for the vlog. This isn't how I imagine this scene to be. Yeah, feel a bit frustrated, but all in all, I'm just ready for it to go there. So this vineyard owner has one more trick up his sleeve that might work, but we're also back on the hunt for more land spots. Trying to stay positive, but we'll fight through. I'll be looking back at this with the team in like 6 months and being like, wow, what an amazing summer we've just had to start this whole new business. And if you want to follow the bus and see what happens in real time, the Instagram is Wildaway UK. Right, let's sail the ship home. Yo, welcome back.
It has been a bloody whale, isn't it?
It's been a bloody while. How's life?
Tiring.
Can I get you a drink or anything?
I'm okay, thank you. Got no water to you.
I'm doing vlogs at the minute, by the way. Do you mind if I get some behind the scenes shots?
Yeah.
Not that you're not used to it, because we've been on TV together, but it would just
That's
be
actually
background.
weird, isn't it? We've been on TV together.
I
How
know.
weird is that? We've been on the TV.
Really weird, but really awesome. Hey, yeah, how are we doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you very much. Come on in, let's make some music.
In East Sussex, music producer George Holliday is about to start a recording session with R&B artist Curly.
One day we'll make a song about the bus and it will blow up.
Yeah, well, hopefully not the bus, but
If someone said, yeah, I give you £1 million to blow up your bus, would you blow up your bus?
Mhm.
Well, there you go.
I would blow it up.
And then I'd buy 2 more.
I just want to make sure it was filmed. 2 more, mate. I know. I'd get
Buy
a fleet.
10 more.
I'd buy 10 American school buses and be like, these are going all over the world.
Literally.
And it sounds so hilarious. In a second we'll look back and be like, yo, that's the sweetest sound. That is what I was whistling.
Hello. Hello.
A bit more, yeah.
A little bit more, little bit more. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm better off without you. Right.
Cool, shall I throw you in at some point?
Mommy raised me to be strong. She stuck by me, that's all alone.
Oh yeah, that was it. You were staying on the bottom, that was it.
Yeah. By me all alone, and now she's singing all my songs.
Speaking to that mic.
Hey, my dog. You know I've been smoking on too much herb. And now it's coming out through my words.
I mean, it makes you sound great. Although it does sound good at this.
Mommy raised me to be strong. She stuck by me all alone.
We can perfect that, but I think it's a cool sound.
And now she's singing all my songs.
Alright, so I just said a goodbye to Angel, but I don't think I was recording, so sorry Angel, see you later. She's sick. She's 16 and she's ridiculously talented. We've been working together for about 6 months now, maybe more, and we're doing an album together, so that's super exciting. I'm gonna leave this week's vlog here. I'm literally gonna start the next vlog now, so subscribe if you haven't. I will see you next week, and remember, how am I gonna do this with one hand? Never stop creating. What?